Welcome to Podnutz Daily, episode number 345. This is the podcast where computer repair businessmen, computer repair hobbyists, and people fixing their aunt's computer. Basically, if you're messing with computers, fix them a little bit or fix them a lot, this is the podcast for you. This is the one where we share our tips and our tricks and help each other out. We answer questions. We tell each other how to get good deals on things, tell each other how to learn about fixing computers, and we just have fun, man. Today we've got Corey Knapp. Corey, how you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. Oh, and I should mention my name's Eric Ardini. Corey Knapp is the gentleman. If you guys are watching live on the stream or in the um, feed, he is a computer, a slim computer with about a 20-inch LCD monitor and wireless keyboard and mouse combo. So what's happening today, Corey?
Just doing some repairs to talk about, some couple interesting tools, then just general, general info.
Cool.
Figured I'd come on the show again. I had such a good time last time.
Awesome. Yeah, we did. Why don't you start out right off the bat with some of the repairs you've been doing recently that you got in the top of your head?
All right. Well, I have a good one here for you. I had somebody the other day where their sounds, like regular, it's Windows 7, 64-bit. Their sounds weren't working at all. Like they were just, it wasn't like they were muted. I went into sound, in control panel into sounds and messed around, changed the sound schemes and couldn't get any sounds to work at all. Nothing. They no matter what they did, whether I unmuted them, I turned them all off, turned them back on. Nothing. None of the startup, the shutdown. No sounds. Even if I put a custom own WAV file in there to see, but simple solution really. I mean, I was going crazy for a while. Then I'm just like, you know what? Let me just create a.
Can I guess?
Yep.
Speaker wire?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
No problem. Simple solution was that I just I moved all their stuff over, created a new user profile, and that was that. It was like I was trying to do this, and I went on all these fixes and reg files, and I'm just like, I just thought about it. I sat down for a second. I stopped. I said, you know what? Let me just do something simple. Let's just move all the documents and create a new user profile. And I'm okay. I didn't find out what the problem. I mean, I didn't really want to find out, but it was like, this was the only problem. The computer was pretty new. It was the only problem they were having. So I was like, I did really want to know what the solution was, but all the stuff on the internet was like, oh, merge this key, do this, and merge a couple of them. Like, just create a new profile, start and from scratch again. It's not from scratch for as far as the profile. And so that was a pretty good fix. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
it was good.
It's amazing how often user profiles get messed up in strange ways like that, and that's a fix anymore. It doesn't seem like that used to be the way it was, but Windows
No.
7, man, is like that. It really is.
Oh yeah, it was great. I mean, it was great. Well, they didn't have any pictures or anything. I mean, I had some probably 2 gigs, but that was great. It was move it over and boom, and it was up and running, and they were happy, and I was happy, and
What
I mean,
what made you think of starting up a new user profile? What just why did you what have you had something else similar to that you came across that made you think of that? Because
well,
I would never have thought of that, honestly.
well, a lot of times, like slow. I get a lot of people complaining like their computers are booting up slowly, or something else is, like a slow boot or something. You check, see what antivirus they have, or you check, Windows updates and do all the cleaning and stuff we do. And sometimes I have been doing that for the last, probably month or so. I don't know. I just thought of it because I had a problem on my own computer a couple of weeks ago. I use a screen reader, obviously I'm blind, that reads the screen, and it was taking forever to start. I mean, the Windows sound would play, and then I have a solid state drive in there, a new one, a 250 gig OCZ drive, and I was like, what's going on here, man? This is not right. So I had a backup of the computer, but I said, I'm just going to try this on my own thing. And I did that and it worked. So I'm like, oh, so that's kind of been like my go-to, fix for some, weird solutions that I'm trying to look on, a couple hours online or trying to, do other things after cleaning the temp files, and that doesn't work. And, that's been my kind of go-to fix. I mean, I know some people are like, oh, but you didn't figure out this. I was talking to my friend. He goes, well, you didn't find the solution, so I'm not going to give you credit. I was like, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I was like, I fixed the problem. I mean, the end all is that, the person did get their sounds back. So, I mean, yeah, okay, I didn't
Right.
find out what the problem was, but sometimes you just can't. I mean, you read, I'm sure as well, you go to all through Google searches and one guy says do this and it might have worked for him, but it's like so many different variables. I mean, with so many different programs that can be installed and everything else. I was like, if it works, it works. Some things didn't have to do didn't have to do a reinstall. So,
Right. Did you delete that user profile then afterwards, or did you leave it in there?
no, I deleted it after I made sure everything. You didn't. I mean, you didn't use Outlook or anything. I mean, I know how to move the PST, but he didn't use Outlook or anything. Just moving the documents and made sure there wasn't like too much on there. I think he had just a Microsoft Word actually, a 2007. It was just Word by itself. So that was, it wasn't like there was really anything. It was and then I made sure someone like Acrobat. There was sometimes when you move a profile, someone like the shortcuts, sometimes they don't work. The MSI says, where it's starting and make sure like some of the program, make sure that like, Acrobat Reader was on there. I don't know. There wasn't too much really. Microsoft, Security Essentials. There wasn't too much on there. So I mean, I made sure the programs ran, and then, and then I think I told you last time, I've been backing up customers' machines after I do them. So if they come back to me, I only keep them for probably. I have a 1 terabyte little Western Digital external drive here that I throw back customer backups on. So I'll keep that for about a month or a little less maybe. And if they come back to me, then I can just throw it back on there if anything goes really downhill. So
What kind of backup do you do? Like, is it a full like clone backup or just?
yeah, I use a Snapshot. It's a German, or I think it's a portable app, so you don't have to install it. It just uses the shadow copy service in Windows to make so it, you don't have to install anything on the machine, and you can mount the disk. Like say he says, oh, I deleted this file. Do you have it or something? I can pull a file out of it. You just mount the image and it mounts to a drive letter on your computer, so I can pull something off if he needed something, or so I just do that, and I keep it for a month, or if I don't hear from them or anything, just about a month, and that's it. So that works out good.
That's really handy to have a whole clone drive that you can just pull a file off or two that you need. That's really good. But and then have you restored from one of those? Totally.
Yes, I have. Yep. Oh. Yeah, I do it on my own. Yep, I've done it. I have. I also a couple weeks ago I bought one of these StarTech 5.25 inch drive bays. I have the toaster and everything, but I kind of like having the drive in the computer. I can just put it as like a door, and you lock it with the key. Lock it with the key, so I can put the drives right in the computer and just throw them in that way. Especially for doing a lot of the more in-depth virus removals or spyware stuff. I like to put the drives inside the machine, so I don't have to have the drive sitting out there, or in the toaster if I'm like knocked over by mistake or something else. So I like that was $40 on Newegg, so that was pretty cool. So that was
that's cool. I've been having a lot of problems lately using like I've got a SATA and IDE combo USB thing that I use. And I don't know, man. Sometimes I just don't even trust it. That I think maybe that is the problem just as much as the hard drive sometimes.
Yeah, what do you have? One of those like the plugs that has like do you have like one? Is it like a dock, or is it one of the ones that has just the plugs on the end of it where you plug the drives in, or is it?
Yeah, it's got the plugs on it that you can plug an IDE right into it, and then a SATA wire would plug into that.
Yeah, I had one of those a while ago, and I was getting like weird drive errors sometimes with it, and it would seem like files would take forever to copy. Like it would take a long time to copy, like really a lot longer than you would think something should. So I gave that to a friend. I said, "Here." He goes, "Oh, I like that." I'm like, "Here you go, man. Have fun."
So the bay you just picked up on Newegg. How does and that could be Podnutz. Newegg.
Newegg.
But no, how you say it goes into the computer? Does it describe what that is like?
All right, so it's like you're putting in you're putting in like a CD drive. It goes in the front, so it's the whole the 5.25 inch bay, and then it has a little door in the front that you open up, and you put the drive in. You just push it in like you're going to put it. You're pushing it in from the front, so the door swings open, and you put your hand down there, and you kind of push the drive, and then the door closes it the rest of the way. And you have to use a key to lock it, but it comes with 2 keys. So I guess if you want to, you could probably modify it so you didn't need the key if you really. But it locks the drive in place and then hooks into one of the SATA ports on the motherboard, and Yeah, I like it. I actually I just bought another one for my other computer. I liked it so much. I was like, it's pretty cool.
You don't you do have to put the drive in a tray first and then put it in, or no?
No,
No.
nope.
So you
Just
could use either full 3.5 or 2.5 in it.
the 2.5. I think you have to get some kind of spacer thing for it because they said because it will. I guess they said it slides around. I think they have um one. I think they have a couple that will do. They have a bunch. StarTech makes a bunch of them. They have. I think they have one that does do 2.5 and 3.5. But I think this one they said if you put a couple of reviews I knew it said if you put some little spacer thing or put like some foam in there, they said it will still fit. I haven't tried that yet. I still use the what's it, the thermal-take toaster thing. You know, the thermal-take eSATA dock for that. So.
Dock, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I got on the front of this computer. Actually, I'm using here. It's got that. It's got these. It's got a carriage though that you put and it's a full size hard drive in, and then it docks inside. It's got room for two, but when I got the case, it only came with one cartridge. So, so you could hot swap,
Yep,
full size
yep.
drives in and out. But I've never been able to find a second cartridge for it. It was a gateway chassis, and computer, but I guess I never really started looking too much. This isn't my bench computer. This is just kind of my own anyway. That I'm not gonna be throwing a bunch of virused up stuff in anyway. But yeah, I kind of got an idea what you're saying there. Yeah, that's got to be a much faster connection and more reliable than the USB option. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, no, it works. It seems to work good. I mean, I was copying a bunch of files because I have a large music collection too that I copy files, for myself. I mean, I have a NAS and everything else, but it was good. I mean, $40. I was like, can't beat it. So I was like, it's something different.
Were you saying you have a 250 gig solid state drive in your computer?
Yeah, or 240. I think it's 240 nice. For some reason. Yeah, I think it's 240.
Nice.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I bought all like 6 or 7 of my home computers. I have varying size solid state drives, but first one I got, I guess about a year. Yeah, I guess just about last year I got it, and I was like, "Whoa, this is great!" Because everything I was like, I can't believe everyone. Like I heard, read reviews, but it's not until you try it and like, oh man, I'm like, I can't. I'm like, this is excellent. How fast it boots, and then just the second you run a program. I mean, even something like, some program, I don't know, like I was doing some stuff with like SoundForge audio editor and some other things, like even sometimes open up like a Word document. I mean, just for example, it could take a little while, thing goes up, it's like, boom, it's open. It's like Word loads like Notepad, it's like right there. It's not like sitting there.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. I haven't had any problems. I mean, you read all these reviews, people say, oh, this is overheat. I have a couple OCZ ones. I have a Corsair one. I have like the smallest one I have is 64 gig one is this one, but that's even fine for me. I mean, for most of my computers, because I don't install that many programs, so the boot drive I don't really mind not having, even the 240 one. I think I still have 140 something gigs free. So
yeah, I haven't played with any solid state yet. I just remember going from dial up to high speed internet, man. If that's going to be like the same kind of comparison, that would be nice. Especially even like my accounting software takes forever to load up. Things like that, it'd probably help a lot. I got an i7 chip in here, a little speed up on that end would probably really help.
Yeah, well, right now, I mean, for everything that, I think of the hard drive is like your slowest. I mean, like, the memory and CPUs are all fast, but the hard drive is like your slowest bottleneck right now as far as, so I mean, from everything you read, everything, that thing too is the hard drive is, the slowest. So once you get that, you could pick up, they've had some good, they knew I had some deal the other day. I think, I don't know, was it Monday or something where they had one of the Intel ones that was like an 80 gig for like, I think it was like $78 or something. So that was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
I mean,
bad. Hey, now have you set that up before where you just put only your operating system on that and then put like data on another one, or have you just went straight with just the solid state for everything?
No, my data's on it. My data's on the secondary. I have a 2 TB, and then I have another backup. I have a 2 TB, but I mean, I put like the programs. I know some people that really want to keep it real clean will only install the operating system on solid state and then route everything even like the temporary internet files, they'll route everything